Metals and non-metals chapter part 3. So in today's class I am going to explain about chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of metals. There are 4 chemical properties are there in your syllabus. First property is reaction with air. Reaction with air. Generally, air contains 2 gases mainly, that is, one is nitrogen and the second one is oxygen. But nitrogen is relatively inert, hence you will take reaction with air means in majority of cases that is reaction with oxygen. So that's why first property is reaction of metals with air or oxygen. Second property, reaction of metals with water. Reaction of various metals with water. Third one, reaction of metals with acids. Reaction of metals with acids. Fourth one, reaction of metals with other metal salt solution. What is this? Reaction of metal with other metal salt solution. Suppose you take zinc, that means reaction of zinc metal with copper sulfate solution. So these 4 chemical properties are there for metals. So first of all we will start first property, that is reaction with air. That means oxygen. Already I told air is the mixture of nitrogen gas and oxygen gas, but nitrogen is relatively inert, so metals will react with oxygen. Almost all metal combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. It is point number 1. You have to remember, almost all metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. That means like this, metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. Sodium plus oxygen gives sodium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. These metal oxides are basic in nature. Already you know what is meant by acidic, what is meant by basic. You remember, maximum, almost all, 95% metal oxides are basic in nature. Already in chapter 1, you seen magnesium oxide in page number 1 itself in your textbook in activity 1.1. Magnesium oxide will form by the combustion of burning of magnesium ribbon. This magnesium oxide is a metal oxide, so it is basic in nature. One more, cupric oxide, copper metal, burning copper metal, you will get copper oxide. Like this, one more metal oxide, CaO. These 3 already came in our syllabus in chapter 1 and 2. So these metal oxides are basic in nature. But some metal oxides show both acidic as well as basic behavior. What is first point? Metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. Second point, metal oxides are basic in nature. Third point, but some metal oxides show both acidic as well as basic behavior. Acidic as well as basic behavior. This is called amphoteric oxides. These oxides are called amphoteric oxide. What is meant by amphoteric? Amphoteric nature means such metal oxides, that means amphoteric oxides, react with both acids as well as base. Amphoteric oxide reacts with both acids as well as bases to produce salt and water. What are the examples for amphoteric oxide? These are the examples. Aluminum oxide and zinc oxide are amphoteric oxide. It is important for board exam also. What is amphoteric oxide? An oxide which reacts with both acid and base is called amphoteric oxide. Examples for amphoteric oxides are aluminum oxide and zinc oxide. You can see here Aluminum oxide is a metal oxide. Actually, metal oxides are basic. So it can react with acid to form salt and water. What is the name of this salt? Aluminium chloride. Aluminium chloride. Same metal oxide reacts with base also. Base also gives sodium metaluminate, salt, sodium metaluminate and water. So same metal oxide reacts with both acid and base to give salt and water. When aluminum oxide reacts with acid, gives salt aluminum chloride. When aluminum oxide reacts with base NaOH, what is the salt name? Sodium meta-aluminate and water. So this is about amphoteric oxide. What is these 3 points here? Metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. Metal oxides are basic in nature, but there are some oxides, that oxides are called amphoteric oxides. They will react with both acid and base. Example for amphoteric oxide is Al2O3 and ZnO. Most metal oxides are insoluble in water. Insoluble in water. It is point number 4. Most of the metal oxides are insoluble in water, but some metal oxides dissolve in water to form alkali. Some metal oxides dissolve in water to form alkali. For example, sodium oxide is soluble in water. Potassium oxide is also soluble in water. You can see the reaction. Sodium oxide soluble in water gives sodium hydroxide. It is a strong base called alkali. Similarly, potassium oxide is soluble in water, gives potassium hydroxide. This is also called alkali. What is alkali? Some metal oxides are soluble in water to form bases. That bases are called alkalis. So that's why this sodium and potassium metals, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium, these metals, that means group 1 elements in the periodic table. What are that elements? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are called alkali metals. So this is about point number 5. Point number 5. So relative reactivity of metals. Reactivity means comparison of reactivity, because some metals reacts vigorously towards oxygen. Some metals reacts with oxygen with less velocity, less speed. So we will see first case. All metals do not react with oxygen at the same rate. So some metals vigorously will react with oxygen. For example, potassium metal K, potassium, and sodium Na react so vigorously that they catch fire if kept in the open. If you keep sodium metal in open atmosphere, it will catch fire. Similarly, sodium metal Na or potassium, you keep in open atmosphere, that means in air, they will catch fire. Hence they will keep in kerosene. Hence, to protect them and to prevent accidental fires, they are kept immersed in kerosene oil. Here one question will come in exams. Like this they will ask, why sodium metal can be stored in kerosene oil? Why sodium metal can be stored in kerosene oil? Why? Because if you keep sodium metal in open atmosphere, it will catch fire. It will vigorously react with air. So that's why, to prevent the reaction of sodium metal with air, you are keeping in kerosene oil. Not only sodium, potassium is more vigorous than sodium. At ordinary temperature, it is 1. Potassium and sodium reactivity is more. Next list is these metals, that means aluminium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, lead. At ordinary temperatures, the surfaces of magnesium, aluminium, zinc and lead, these 4 metals form thin layer of oxide. You take one metal here, magnesium ribbon, you can see magnesium ribbon, that ribbon is covered with some layer. That's why in magnesium ribbon activity, before doing that activity, you have to clean the surface with sandpaper. Why? To remove that layer, thin layer of oxide. This type of thin layer is formed in case of magnesium, aluminum metal, zinc and lead. So the protective oxide layer prevents the metal from further oxidation. That's why the reactivity of magnesium with oxygen is less than potassium. Similarly, the reactivity of aluminum with oxygen is also less than potassium because of this protective oxide layer. This protective oxide layer you can see in these four metals. What are that four metals? Magnesium metal, aluminum metal, zinc and lead. Next point, iron. Iron does not burn on heating. Iron does not burn on heating, it becomes red hot, that much only. But iron fillings burn vigorously. This point is important. Iron fillings burn vigorously when sprinkled in the flame of the burner. Next minute I will show one video, then you can find iron fillings burn vigorously when sprinkled in the flame of the burner. Next metal is, so first is potassium and sodium, that two is one type. Second, magnesium, aluminum, zinc and lead, second set. It is third set is aluminum. Fourth one is copper. Copper does not burn, but the hot metal is coated with black colored layer of copper oxide. You know black color. Why black color formed? Because of copper oxide. Layer only will form. Copper rod you take and start eating, you can find black layer because of copper oxide layer. Next metals, silver and gold. Silver and gold do not react with oxygen even at high temperatures. So it is about fifth case. So relative reactivity I explained in 5 categories. That means potassium and sodium more vigorously reacts with oxygen. That's why they are keeping in kerosene oil. Second, magnesium, aluminum, zinc and lead, they react with oxygen. They will form thin layer of oxide also. So that oxide layer prevents that vigorous reaction. But in case of iron, if you take iron rod, no reaction. If you take iron fillings, vigorously reacts. Next, copper does not burn, but copper oxide will form as a layer of copper oxide. Next one, silver and gold do not react with oxygen even at high temperatures. Now you can see the chemical properties. Chemical properties, that first property, that means reaction of metals with air. So this activity, here I taken sodium metal, next copper metal, magnesium metal, gold metal and iron fillings. First of all, you take sodium metal, little of sodium metal, keep that sodium metal with help of tongs on burner. So you can see it burns vigorously and forms sodium oxide. Next one, you take copper metal. It is copper metal. Burning of copper metal only takes place, it gives black oxide, copper oxide. Third one, you take magnesium metal. This magnesium burns with dazzling light to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium burns with dazzling light to form magnesium oxide. Next, fourth metal in this activity, that is gold. You can take gold metal and burn in oxygen. Nothing will happen because gold do not react with oxygen, does not react while heating. Last one, You take iron pillings. You can see iron pillings burns vigorously with oxygen to form iron oxide. Second property is reaction of metals with water. So reaction with air completed. Now similarly you have to check reaction of metals with water. First of all, you will take what will happen when metal reacts with water. Metal reacts with water to produce metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Metal oxide and hydrogen gas. So one of the product is metal oxide and hydrogen gas. Metals react with water to produce metal oxide and hydrogen gas. These metal oxides are soluble in water, dissolve to form metal hydroxide. That means finally when metal reacts with water, final product is metal hydroxide only. Metal first will give metal oxide, the same metal oxide will give metal hydroxide. That means first stage metal plus water gives metal oxide. Metal oxide plus water gives metal hydroxide. You can see some examples here. When sodium metal reacts with water, sodium hydroxide, NaOH, its name is sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. When potassium metal reacts with water, what is the product? KOH, potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. When calcium metal reacts with water, product is calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. When aluminum metal reacts with water, product is aluminum oxide. In this case, aluminum oxide and hydrogen gas. Here, in case of iron oxide and hydrogen gas. So it is about reaction of metals with water. We will see in detailed manner one by one. First, relative reactivity of metals with water. So first stage we will take potassium and sodium. Potassium and sodium react violently with cold water. This point is important. React violently with cold water. Which metal? Potassium and sodium. Remember, potassium and sodium metal react violently with cold water. The reaction is so violent and exothermic also. That means here more energy will liberate. So that's why evolved hydrogen immediately catches fire. You can see one video also I will show here. The reaction is so violent and exothermic, hence it will. Now you can see here the reaction of sodium metal. What will happen when sodium metal is placed in water? You can see sodium metal reacts vigorously with water. It will catch fire because here hydrogen gas is liberated. This hydrogen gas will catch fire. So vigorous, violent reaction takes place when sodium metal is dropped in water. And sodium metal is dropped in water, it will catch fire because that hydrogen gas will catch fire because of it is highly exothermic reaction. Here you can see the reaction of potassium with water. Now this is rubidium metal with water. It is also violent. You can see here it is the reaction of lithium metal with water. Lithium also will catch fire while keeping in water, but it is less violent when compared to potassium and sodium metal. So this is about reaction of alkali metals like sodium, potassium, rubidium with water. You can see the next metal, that is the reaction of calcium with water. The reaction of calcium with water is less violent than this potassium and sodium. So here the heat evolved is not sufficient for the hydrogen to catch fire. So in case of calcium, no fire, because here heat is not sufficient for hydrogen to catch fire. So calcium, that's why calcium starts floating. Calcium starts floating. The bubbles of hydrogen gas formed stick to the surface of the metal. This is important. In case of potassium and sodium, violent reaction will take place. Here in case of calcium, calcium starts floating, less violent, because that heat evolved is not sufficient. So this type activity they will ask in exam in this way. Potassium is very reactive metal. It reacts violently with water to form dash and dash. That means when potassium metal reacts with water, what are the products? Here, what is the first product? What is the second product? Sometimes they will ask complete the reaction also. What is the first product? Yes, what is the first product? To form potassium hydroxide, KOH. What is the second product? Hydrogen gas. So you have to fill this blank also, KOH and hydrogen gas. So next one, reaction of metal with water, calcium. When calcium reacts with cold water to form calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas, here floating only will take place, no fire, nothing will be there. Equation, when calcium reacts with water gives calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So it is the equation, calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas bubbles you can see, this hydrogen gas. When calcium reacts with water, it is calcium metal, then hydrogen gas is liberated. What is the another product? Calcium hydroxide. Next metal, next set, potassium, sodium completed, calcium completed. Next magnesium. Magnesium does not react with cold water. Cold water no reaction, but it reacts with hot water. Earlier case, potassium, sodium, calcium, they reacts with cold water. But in case of magnesium, there is no reaction with cold water. It reacts with hot water only. Form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. When magnesium metal reacts with hot water, magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is liberated. It also starts floating in case of hot water. Calcium in case of cold water. So next set metal is potassium, sodium completed, calcium completed, magnesium. Why I am telling so many times? You have to remember this order. Potassium, sodium over, calcium over, magnesium over. Now aluminum, iron and zinc do not react either with cold water or hot water. First three metals with cold water. Next magnesium with hot water. These metals no reaction with either cold water or hot water, but they react with steam. So that means aluminum reacts with steam to form aluminum oxide. Iron reacts with steam to form iron oxide and hydrogen. Similarly zinc also same. Next set, one more set of metals are there. That metals, four metals. What are that four metals? Lead, copper, silver and gold. Lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water. That means cold water or hot water or even steam also. So it is about relative reactivity of metals with water. You see this activity. Here magnesium metal taken. Magnesium with steam. What is the product? Magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas. Magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas. So you have to try to write the chemical reaction. Mg plus H2O, MgO plus H2. After that you have to balance. You practice this reaction also. So today class I explained about chemical properties of metals with air and water. You will see here one by one. When potassium with cold water, explosion will take place. With cold water explosion means with steam, extremely explosive because potassium is a more reactive metal. What observation? A lot of heat is produced which causes the hydrogen to catch fire and explode. It is the reaction. What is the product? KOH, and gas is hydrogen. Second metal, sodium metal. Sodium metal, when sodium metal reacts with cold water, vigorous. Here explosion, here vigorous. With steam also explosive. This is extremely explosive. This is little bit less. In this case also a lot of heat is produced which causes the hydrogen to catch fire and explode. So it is the reaction. When sodium reacts with water gives sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Next one is third metal is calcium. When calcium reacts with cold water, moderate reaction will take place, no explosion, only floating. So with hot water, steam, explosive reaction will take place. This is the reaction. You can see here hydroxide, hydroxide, hydroxide because they react with cold water. So next metal is magnesium. With cold water, no reaction at all, very low, very slow. But with steam, vigorous. What is the product? Magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. Hot magnesium burns in steam with bright light, MgO and S2. With zinc, no reaction with cold water. With steam, moderate and give zinc oxide. Iron, no reaction with cold water. With hot steam, slow, that too it gives iron oxide and hydrogen. Here product is oxides, oxides, oxides. In earlier case, what is the product? In earlier case, hydroxide. If metal reacts with cold water, that product is hydroxide. Here metal reacts with, there is no reaction with cold water, hence what is the product? Oxide. Next, lead, copper, silver. No reaction with cold water, no reaction with steam also. That means no reaction with water, either cold water or hot water or steam. It is the relative comparativity, comparison of reactivity of metals with water. In the next class, I will explain about other two chemical properties of metals. That means reaction of metal with acid and the reaction of metal with other metal salt solutions. Okay, thank you.